It is often said that for each organism living on land, there is one having some common characteristics, that is living in water. Who would have thought that sea urchin would have a match on land? Well, this is it, a fruit called rambutan, and whose scientific name is Nephilim lapaceum.
Hi, Raymond here from Best Fruits in Jamaica. Today I am introducing you to rambutan,
a fruit whose popularity in Jamaica has grown tremendously over the past few years, to the extent where in some parts of Jamaica it is now commonly referred to as Rasta fruit, as some Jamaicans think that the spiny-looking outgrowth of the skin resembles the early growth phase of dreadlocks, the hairstyle of Jamaica's Rastafarians.
If you are watching my video for the first time, please take a few seconds to like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Rambutan is a round to oval single-seeded
drupe
with average dimensions of 4 to 6 centimeters long and 3 to 5 centimeters wide. When ripe, the leathery skin can be reddish, yellow, or orange depending on the variety or cultivar, and all fruits are covered with fleshy pliable spines. The numerous spiny-looking projections are soft cushion-like appendages projecting from the peel or skin, and provides a cushioning effect when the fruits fall to the ground during picking from the tree, reducing the damage to the aril or pulp of the fruits during the harvesting process. The fruit originates in Southeast Asia and is related to several other edible tropical fruits including lychee, longan, pulasan, guinep, and of course ackee, Jamaica's most famous fruit which provides the major component of Jamaica's national dish, ackee and salt fish. They all belong to the family Sapindaceae. The name rambutan is derived from the Malay word rambut, meaning hair, and which refers to the numerous hairy protuberances or spines of the fruit,
with the letters AN added.
Similarly in Vietnam it is called com com, meaning messy hair, as opposed to here in Jamaica, where it is often referred to as Rasta fruit, but in this instance it means
well-groomed hair,
which is the style adopted, promoted, and made famous by Jamaica's Rastafarian religion, a hairstyle, which currently have many variations that are being worn by people all over the world. Rambutan is fast becoming a very popular fruit in Jamaica. The fruit has been in Jamaica for over 25 years, however because of the scarcity of its unique climatic requirements, it is difficult to find large areas of suitable lands to plant large acreage, thereby increasing its production. Like most established locally grown fruits, most trees in Jamaica usually give very low yields, when they are compared to yields of trees from some producing countries, like those in Southeast Asia which produce much higher yields. However, on very rare occasions, you will find a few trees giving above average yields. Here in Jamaica, we are slowly identifying the problems that are responsible for the low production, and are developing ideal solutions, that have led to significant yield increase in some areas. With time, we might just be able to obtain a yield as good as anywhere else in the world. The major parishes where the fruits are significantly grown in Jamaica are St. Catherine, St. Mary St. Anne and St. James. Although many exotic fruit tree lovers in most areas or parishes of Jamaica will have one or a few trees planted in their orchards. Initially over 200 cultivars were developed throughout tropical Asia, where most of the cultivars were selected for compact growth habits, reaching a height of only 3 to 5 meters for ease of harvesting. In the Philippines, two main types of rambutans are described, which are distinguished by their seeds. First the common rambutan which has a seed that is difficult to separate from the pulp, and the Maharlika rambutan whose pulp separates cleanly from the seed. In Jamaica it is basically the common rambutan that is usually found. However, if you are aware of the Maharlika rambutan either here in Jamaica or anywhere in the Western world, could you please let me know? In the 19th century, the Dutch introduced rambutan from Indonesia to Suriname in South America. From there it first spread to the tropical Americas, Trinidad, and Cuba in the Caribbean. Rambutan is one of the best-known fruits of Southeast Asia, and it is widely cultivated elsewhere in the tropics inclusive of Africa, southern Mexico, the Caribbean, Costa Rica, Honduras, Guatemala, and Panama. Rambutans are propagated either through the planting of seedlings, or by cloning. Seedling plants will take 4 to 6 years to flower, while cloned plants will come into bearing within 2 to 4 years. In some countries the trees generally give 2 crops per year, consisting of a main crop followed by a much smaller one, but here in Jamaica only one is obtained, with flowering occurring between March and April. Occasionally in Jamaica, some trees may give a second bearing, consisting of just a few fruits. You may seldom find a few occasional fruits on different individual trees throughout the year, but not in any significant quantities. For example, although this tree has ripe fruits on it, there is also the presence of one young flowering panicle or inflorescence, which means that in another 3 months there will be a few ripe fruits to pick. Rambutans only ripens on the tree and appear not to produce a ripening agent, with the main ripening period starting in July and continue through to September. Ripening begins with a color change of the fruits, from green to yellow, then orange, and finally red depending on the cultivar or variety. Harvesting is recommended 2 weeks after all color changes are completed. After harvesting, the fruits should be removed from the field as quickly as possible, following which they should be taken to a cooling facility, for post-harvest cooling and packaging, for distribution to retailers and sale to consumers. In Jamaica, the fruit is currently marketed as fresh fruit on the street, in fruit stalls along major roads, and from selected online sellers who will have it delivered to your front door. Fruits should not be displayed in direct sunlight, for any appreciable time, as this will lead to rapid weight loss and color of fruit, with the net result of the fruits spoiling quite rapidly. Ripe fruits may be eaten by first removing the skin, which is usually red, thick, and leathery for fresh fruits, and can be done by either squeezing the fruit with both thumbs and index fingers of both hands at the same time, until the fruit burst open, or alternatively using a knife, to cut through the skin and remove a section. These actions will reveal the pulp or aril to be either translucent, whitish, or very pale pink color. When eating, the teeth should be slowly and gently used to massage and remove the pulp from the seed, revealing the pulp to having a sweet, mildly acidic flavor, somewhat reminiscent of grapes. With the common rambutan, the pulp does not separate easily, and on most occasions portions of the flesh or pulp can be left attached to the seed, or sections of the seed coat can be left attached to the pulp and is also eaten, which is quite safe. The seeds, which resembles almond seeds, are discarded. Rambutan is also used in desserts and puddings, and can also be used in curries and savory dishes. It is believed that consumers of rambutan may benefit from its weight loss, healthy digestion, and immune-boosting properties. The post-harvest quality of the fruit is affected by pre-storage handling, and storage factors such as humidity levels, storage time, and temperature. Without proper post-harvest cooling and storage facilities, the fruits will lose most of its color, some of its moisture and weight, and eventually some of its eating qualities with each passing day. Owing to the fact that the fruit matures in summer, when temperature conditions are extremely high, the post-harvest conditions that the fruits are exposed to after reaping will determine the quality of the fruits that reach the consumers. The skin plays a major part in preserving the quality of the edible pulp, as, at harvest, it is leathery with bright red skin color. However, as the harvested fruit aged, and especially if the fruits are not stored in any refrigerated areas, or stored in refrigerated facilities for too long, it will change from its red leathery nature to one with a dark color on the outside, and a dark brown on the inside, resembling grease paper, which is thinner and stronger. At this stage the fruits might be soft, which makes it difficult to open with your fingers, as the harvested fruit aged even more, in which case, using a knife to open the fruit might be the more preferred option at this time. Inside the skin, however, the quality of the fruit is often not significantly affected. For freshly picked fruits, the ones that are eaten when fresh appears to be less sweet than those which were eaten a few days later from the same batch. Therefore, up to a point, the older they are the sweeter they become, as they would have lost some of their water content, thus reducing their weight and increasing their sweetness. If the fruits are immediately cooled after picking, and stored in a refrigerated environment in airtight containers, such as plastic bags or packages in which air cannot get in or out of the container, they can be kept in a fresh condition for a much longer period of time. That is all for now, and I hope that you did enjoy the video. If you have received any benefits from this video, then, please subscribe to the channel, and like the video. If you have not done so before, leave a comment, share the video with friends who have similar interest in this area, and click on the notification bell, so you will be informed when another video is posted.
As my next video could be much more enlightening than this one. Thank you for watching. Until the next time, take care of yourself, others, and please don't forget me.